right, so good afternoon, and we're going to go through some using Studio in Canvas and how to make your own videos so that you can personalize your course and so your students can see you while they are apart from you on campus. Some of you may have used Studio before, so this may be a refresher. Others of you this might be brand new. So we're going to go over a Studio overview. Where can you find it and what does it do? We're going to talk specifically about recording the screen, or you can record with a webcam, or you can use both. And why would you do that? For demonstrations, course information, tutorials, announcements, things like that. Then we're going to talk about adding YouTube videos to Studio, and there are a couple reasons that you might want to do that, as well as how to add audio files or other videos such as a Zoom recording. Then we're going to talk about captioning, comments, and insights. And why will we do that? Well, captioning, of course, makes our videos accessible to students who are hearing impaired. Comments allow students to participate in the video, and insights allow you to see who's watched and how much. And the last thing we're going to go over today is video quizzing. So if you're really worried about your students and watching the videos, make it a quiz. So Forrest is going to be taking care of the chat today. So if you have any questions, please throw them in the chat. And we do have a couple activities as well. All right. So Studio, a little overview. Why would you want to use Studio? Well, Studio allows you to be flexible. So you can provide demonstrations to your students. You can also do lectures for your students. It allows you to do it in advance so that you can share it later. So if you happen to have a whole bunch of spare time, yeah, right, haha, that you can record some things in your spare time, but then you can put them in Studio and share them with your student at any point. But you can also share it across multiple classes. You can keep it for future use, etc. And again, we're back to the making it accessible. So you can request captions, which then you can edit, and then you can publish. So you have all these things that you can do in Studio. So number one thing is, well, where do you find it? You can find Studio in the global navigation just under Commons. Or you can also find it anywhere you find the rich content editor. Now, it used to be that it was in the plug, but now it has been moved, and now it's right in the middle of the rich content editor, and it's a little blue, if you can't see that that's blue, little blue icon that looks like a play button in the middle with some little dangly legs. Kind of looks like a one-eyed octopus to me, but that's just me. So now let's go over and take a look at Studio in Canvas. So here we are in Canvas, and I'm going to scroll down and pick a training course. I'm just going to go to announcements. So I'm using Firefox. You can use Firefox or Chrome. And when you decide you want to record a video, one of the things you want to keep in mind is it may initially ask you to install something or allow something to run. So just click yes, and then you should be fine. So if I wanted to create a weekly announcement for my students without having to go to Studio, record it there, and then come and find it in the course, I can actually just go to the course, open an announcement, give it a title. I could put some more information if I wanted to. Click on the little Studio icon, and then as you see, a new window pops open. Two things can happen here. You can either record something new from here, or you can pick a video that you already have. You also have the ability to look at your collections so that you can, for example, this would be a collection because there are multiple videos in it, so you can pick one of the videos from that collection. So you can decide how you want to use Studio. You can also, from the same window, add a video, whether it be one that you have on your computer, such as a Zoom recording or a YouTube URL. So what are the options in Studio? So you can record either the entire screen, you can record just your webcam, or you can record both. So if you're thinking about doing a PowerPoint presentation such as this one, you could use Studio and you would want to capture your whole screen so that your students would be able to view the slide deck or the presentation while you're talking. One of the things that you might want to think about, instead of posting your PowerPoints as files, you may want to make them a Studio video and actually put in the important points and then put the Studio video in rather than just putting it either the PowerPoint or Google Slides as a file. So once you click on record, you're going to have a window pop open that is going to be black and white dots and dashes. And then you're going to have a little tiny up here in the top, if you notice, it is a record option. And here you can see there's the screen, the webcam, or both. When you choose both, the default is always the video is going to go in this far lower right corner. The other thing you're going to want to do before you push the record button is make sure that you see some green bars on the narration. If you don't, you can click on the little arrow and then pick a different microphone if you have one. When you've checked all of those things, you are ready to record. So you're going to click on record, and then you're going to see a big 3, 2, 1 countdown in the center of your screen. When you are ready to stop, wherever you found the record button, there's now going to be a pause button. So you're going to click on that, which will pause the video, and then you're going to be given the option to click done. So now let's see what that looks like. Pop back over here. I've got a lot of screen shuffling going on. Okay, so I'm going to click on record, and I'm going to say screen capture because my webcam is kind of connected to Zoom. I figured this was going to take a minute. You may get this, and if you do, you can go ahead, click download, and then you should see something that looks like this. So now you can see there's the box that I was talking to you about. If I turned on my webcam, again, that would show up in the lower right-hand corner. You can see that the green bars are moving because it hears me talking. I am not recording computer audio, but if I were going to play a video within my presentation, I would want to make sure that this was turned on. Okay, so now I'm going to click record. Here's the big countdown. And now I'm just going to say a couple things, and it's going to record whatever's on the screen. And if I were to close the window, anything that's going on inside that now red and white striped box is being recorded. Also, you notice down here at the bottom that there's a little microphone that is blinking and a speaker icon that has a slash through it. If you click on the pencil, It will give you some options to draw. So you can pick a color, and then you can actually draw on the screen as you are talking. So for example, I could put that, and then you can click erase. So you do have some options to use annotations while you are recording. When you're all done, again, you're going to click on the pause button. Now you see that there's an option to trash it, turn off the draw in Zoom, or click done. So I'm going to go ahead and click done. Once you click done, you will see a window that looks like this. You have some options from here. First of all, if you want to edit this, you're going to edit it at this point. Once you've uploaded it to Studio, you can no longer edit. So let's go back over here and talk about what we can do when we edit. So once you click on that edit button, you're going to be given a whole bunch of options, and each of them do something different. So in this slide, which looks crazy busy, I realize, I actually took pictures of what each tool does. So the cut tool literally will cut a chunk of empty space out of your video so that it's not dead silence. If you click on copy, you can copy a section of it and then insert it somewhere else. If you want to hide the cursor or hide the webcam at any point, you can do that. This is the insert, which is you can put in a new recording, you can put in an existing recording, you can pause, play, or you can paste. The next part is if you want to change something that you said, you want to narrate over something again, you can do that. The overlay is one I use a lot if I want to blur out something, student names, images that don't really help with the presentation. You can size the box and then make the blur last as long as you'd like. You can put arrows to point to things. You can highlight. You can put in additional text. You can replace parts of the video here. You can also freeze frame. You can speed up and slow down the video as well. If you want to add a transition to the video at this point, you could do that as well. And then the last thing is adjusting the video, the volume levels to make it sound more even. Once you have decided, so now I'm going to go pop back over here. Now that you've seen all those editing tools. So now I'm going to click on edit. And for example, there's some dead time at the beginning of this. So if I click on the plus, then I could drag the bar and I click OK, and it automatically removes that. But if I want to use a different tool, I click on this and I will say, I want to overlay, and I'm going to choose blur. And notice there's a tiny box that shows up. So whatever it is I want to blur, I just make that box that size. And then if you notice on the timeline here at the bottom, you have the option to change how long that blur lasts. You can also preview it. And when you're all done, you can click OK. Now, if you notice over here, you do have some options, how much it blurs. So you can change that as well. There can be a blur in and a blur out. You can decide if there are multiple overlays, how you want it to appear. I can click OK, then I can move the cursor bar down a little bit to play. And then again, you can speed up, So I could speed up this portion of the video, and then I could choose how much faster I want it to be, and then click OK. So each time you do those, it's going to give you some options to change and edit some things in the video. Any dead space or any silent space in your video is going to be marked. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Oh, whoa. There is a black box right here in the at 28 seconds. That's just telling me that there was some time when I wasn't speaking or the screen wasn't moving. Once you've done all of that, you're going to click on Done, and then the recording is going to be uploaded to your Studio account. One of the things that you need to make sure you absolutely positively remember is edit before upload. All right, now it's time for me to stop talking for a minute, and I'm going to give you a little activity. I want you to go to Studio. You can either record directly from the Rich Content Editor, or you can use the Studio icon in the global navigation. You can, I highly suggest you just record your screen for a couple seconds, and then go ahead and look at the editing tools. If you don't want to save the video to upload it, when you've done those things, just click the X, and then you will be able to, it won't save the video, and it's just, it goes to your trash. So I'm going to play a little timer over here so that you know, it's 3 minutes. So 3 minutes to record your screen and check out some editing tools. All right. Hopefully you were able to get your screen recorded and at least take a look at some editing tools. I did see a question in the chat about putting text. So yes, you can absolutely overlay text so that it calls attention to whatever you're trying to get the students to look at specifically. All right, so now let's talk about adding YouTube or other videos, such as Zoom. So from Studio, you're going to go up to the top again, and you're, instead of clicking on Record, this time you're going to click on Add. So for a YouTube video, you are going to go to YouTube, you're going to look under the video, and you're going to find the Share option. When you click on the Share option, the only thing you need is this link. And YouTube even gives you a little option right here. Click Copy, and it automatically copies it for you. Then you're going to go to Studio, and in this box, you'll put your cursor, and then you will paste that link. Once you've done that, you click Add, and then you will see the Studio video pop up. So let's see what that looks like. Just give me 2 seconds. I got too many windows open. All right, so here we are in YouTube, and here's a video, and I'm going to click on the Share.
Paige, you're back on the slides screen.
Oh, thank you, Forrest. No, I'm not. All right, so here is YouTube, and here's that Share option that I was telling you about. So you click on that, and then pops open. All you got to do is click on Copy, and it gives you a little message, link, copy to clipboard. So since I don't need that anymore, I'm going to close that. And now I'm magically back in Studio. So again, I'm going to just pretend that we didn't start here, and I'll say that this is a click on the Studio icon, wait patiently, click on the Add this time, and then paste that URL right in there and click Add. And there it is. So now if I wanted to select this and put it in the course, I would just click on Select. I don't particularly need comments from students on this video, and then click Embed. And there it is. So now that video has been placed in Canvas so that students don't have to go outside of Canvas to view it. If I wanted to do that directly from Studio over here in the global navigation, again, it's the exact, oh, yeah, that's fine. The exact same thing, except the Add button is up here at the top, but it's all completely the same. So what else can you add to Studio? You can add your Zoom recorded lectures or classes. You can add other files such as a audio file. And how you would do that, again, it's going to still be an add feature. So this time, however, instead of pasting anything into YouTube, I'm going to click on Browse and wait just a second. And I have, here is a audio file. So if I click on that and click Open, it's going to upload that audio file to my studio. So now this is just an audio file, so there's nothing to see, but you can just put audio files. So if you had a podcast that you could download, you could put that in. It does still provide you with comments, quizzing, insights, if you chose to. Captions, I'm not sure about the captions. I'll have to find that out, whether or not on an audio file. So it should work though. So anyway, these are the things that you have. You can add all kinds of different files to Studio. And I am going to show you a list of the most common that work. So here you have MP4, a Qt, that's a QuickTime file. MPEG, WMV, MP4. MP4 is the most common. And then your audio files are MP3, WMA, and WAV files. So those are the files that you can add to Studio. So now you're going to go to YouTube. You're going to copy the link to a video that you want to put in your course. You can either go to Studio on the global navigation, or you can go directly in a course to the Rich Content Editor. And then I want you to add your YouTube video. Or if you already have a Zoom saved file that you want to upload, you can do that as well. So I'll give you 3 minutes. Ready, set, go. All right. So hopefully you were able to get at either a video that you had already into Studio or a YouTube link. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on. And I saw a PowerPoint question, but I'm going to come back to that. So captioning. So once you get your videos into Studio, it will caption it for you. So what you're going to do is this time you are going to have to use the Studio icon in the global navigation. And you're going to click on that, and then you're going to pick the video that you want to have captioned. And then once you click on it, then you're going to see at the bottom, details, comments, insights, and then captions. So the first thing you're going to do is choose the language that is spoken in the video. So this is not a translating. It needs to know what language is being spoken. And once you pick that, this request button will become a darker blue, and you click request. And then it'll take a little bit of time, but you can leave the screen. You don't have to wait until it's done. And then you will get an email to your college account that tells you that your Studio captioning is complete. So once it's complete, you're going to have to come back to that video, and then you're going to see a new button that says review and publish. So when you click on review, you're going to get to see exactly what it thought you said. And if you need to have it edited, you have the ability to do that. So you can always edit whatever Studio sends to you. So I'm going to go to Studio, and I'm going to show you exactly what happens with the captioning. So here is a video that I requested earlier, and it's all ready to be reviewed and published. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then if I scroll down just a little bit, now you can see the word. Here's what was captioned. So if I click play. Hi, I wanted to go over your assignment, so let's take a look. The first thing you're going to notice is that they took off points because the header should be right aligned. Okay, so for example, if you notice, there was a nice pause here, so it actually put a period and a capital. However, if you talk very fast and you don't have natural pauses, you may have to go back in and put in some periods and some capitals. Now, the other thing is if I double click, I can edit whatever is in here. And if I click on part of this, you're looking from the figure for 214. And then I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down. So here we go with this specific information. Now, this is your header. If you are now, as soon as you make a edit in any of those, notice that the video automatically pauses. So you do have that option to go through. So once you've gone through and you've checked all that out and made sure that it was exactly what it needs to be, you're going to go back up here to the top and click on publish. Not sure whether. Once you click published, then your students will be able to put the captions on for the videos. So let's just say that I was in a hurry and I wanted to get them up, or I didn't go through and I didn't review them. You can come back at another time and click on the three dots, and from here you can edit them, open it up and edit again. You can download so that it is a file that you can share. It's going to be a zip folder, but it will have the text for it, or you can replace it. So however you want to do that, if you want to come back, like I said, and edit at a later time. So, commenting. Why would you want to allow comments? You could use a video as a discussion. You could ask students to put in their comments at certain points during the video. You could also ask questions and have the students comment under yours. So you just play the video, pause where you want to comment, type in the comment by clicking add the box. So actually I'm not going to use that video. Let me go back. So I'm going to click on this video. And I want to add some comments. So I'm going to put right about there. And notice as soon as I clicked in the comment box, the video stopped and it tells me that I'm going to comment at the timestamp 51 seconds. And click. Now, if you notice, here's the blue dot, and I'm going to actually go back just a little bit so you can see where it pops up. And it also gives a little picture, of course, that matches your profile and Canvas as to who said it. And the comments always pop up over on the right. So you could go through and you could have your students, and notice again, students can reply to comments. You can edit, you can trash it, however you choose to use it, but you can put comments in videos, even the ones, this is a YouTube video, so you could even comment on a YouTube video. This may be one of my most favorite things that I'm going to talk about next. Insights allow you to see who has watched the video, how long they've watched the video, and if they skipped any parts, and each student will have their own little bar graph, and you can click on the student, and then you'll be able to see exactly what they watched. One of the most frequent questions I get is, I can't find my insights. There's a really sneaky little bar that's under your video, and I'm going to show you in this video. It's right here where it says My Uploads. If I click on the caret right there, or in this picture right here, you're going to see there's a drop down that has multiple classes where this video is currently living. If I want to see those students in that class, I actually have to pick that class and click on it. When I do that, you're going to see, now I can see all of my students, and I can see exactly, the first view that you get is overall. The second thing is you can pick a specific student, and then you can see what they watched. Obviously, this student watched just a little bit of the beginning, some in the middle, and a little bit at the end, thinking that, hey, got through everything. Not so. The next area, so we've covered captions, we kind of went backwards, insights and comments, and now details. So details, for example, if you upload a Zoom video, it's going to give you some really bizarre name, and you might want to go in and change that. Well, you're going to be able to do that by going to Edit Details. The other thing you can do is you can put a little description in here, and you can also put in some tags if you want. So for your third activity, I'd like for you to request captions for a video that you already have in Studio. You may not get a chance to correct and publish them, but go ahead and request them so that you can see what it looks like. And of course, if you don't want to publish them, then you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and ready, set, go. All right. And finally, for our last section, we're going to talk about video quizzing. So to create a video quiz, you're going to go back to the main studio place, which is in the global navigation, and click on that. And when you get to the view that has all the cards, you're going to find the video where you want to put the quiz, and you're going to click on the 3 dots, the kebab. You're going to choose the option at the top to create a quiz. The next thing it's going to ask you to do is give the quiz a title, and then you can enter a description. And the last thing you're going to want to think about is whether or not you're going to hide the question marker on the timeline for students. So in other words, they could see where you were going to ask them questions in the video. You may choose to hide that for them. That's up to you. And then you're going to click Get Started. So you're going to start the video, pause where you want to add the question, click on the plus, and then you're going to choose the question type. Now you only have 3 choices, but it's better than none. So you have multiple choice, multiple answer, and true, false. So you have those 3. All right, so here we are back in Canvas, and I'm going to click on the three dots, and I'm going to click on Create Quiz. I'll give it a title. And I'm actually going to turn on the hide the question marker. Get started. So I can move, if I know where I want to, I'm just going to skip here. And then if I want to put a question in, click on that. And then I can decide true or false, let's just say. True or false. And then you can offer feedback for a correct answer or incorrect answer, and then you can click save. So when you would work your way through, and you can, oh, that was not what I meant to click on at all. Go back. Thank you. That was one of those little advertisements. And I can click multiple choice. Again, you have some options when you choose multiple choice. You can vary the points by answers. You can shuffle the choices. And of course, you're also going to have question feedback. And when you've all finished with that, you can click save. When you're all done, you click done. Now, this little option right here allows you to go back and change the title or anything else, and you can also delete the quiz from here. I'm going to click done. So now I have a little video quiz. Now, I can't really show you this because as soon as I hover over it, it goes away. But if you notice in the corner of this card, there's now a circle with a little rocket ship. And we know that a little rocket ship in Canvas means that it is a quiz. So now I want to make this a grade in a course. So how do you do that? So let's go over to my dashboard. Again, you need to make your quiz in the studio from the global navigation. And then you can go put it in a course as a quiz. So I'll scroll down. Now this is not very intuitive for sure, so follow with me carefully. The other thing is we will, since we're obviously recording this, you can come back at any point and listen to the recording, but the slide deck will also be available to you kind of as a tutorial. So I'm going to click on the plus in a module, click on assignment, new assignment, and we'll call this video quiz, and click add item, and then I have to find it. There it is. Now, notice that it is a video quiz, and I added it as an assignment. That's right. So now we're going to edit this. All right, so we've got that. Now, you're going to scroll down. Well, you can give it some points, whatever. And scroll down till you get to submission type. Click on external tool. Click on find. Scroll down until you see studio. As soon as you click that, your videos will show up here's my little quiz. Select that. Standard embed means it isn't a quiz. So you're going to click on Video Quiz Embed. And then you're going to click Embed. Then you'll click Select. And now you're back to the place you are very used to seeing. Scroll down, put in a due date, save and publish. And now your video quiz is in your course, and you will be able, students can take it and they will get a grade, and it will show up in your Canvas grade book. So if you want to see that where that is, go to grades, wait patiently. Here it is, Video Quiz Classical. This is the quiz that I just added, and you can see that when a student, if a student were to complete it, the grade would show up here. So let's go back and review that one more time. You're going to open an assignment, give it instructions, then you're going to scroll down till you get to submission type, and you're going to choose external tool. Then from that list, you're going to scroll down until you see studio, and then you'll click select. Then you're going to choose the video that you want, and then you're going to make it the second option, the video quiz embed. Then you're going to choose embed in the bottom. Then you're back to the studio page where that you're used to seeing, so you can put in the due date or the availability dates, and then you can click save or save and publish. Again, adding a video quiz is not adding a quiz. You have to add it as an assignment rather than a quiz. So now it's your turn to make a quiz. You can make quizzes with your recorded studio videos of any kind. So if it's a Zoom lecture that you want to put questions in, you can do that. If it's a YouTube video you found, you can do that. It's anything you want to. You can add questions to those videos. So again, 3 minutes. Ready, set, go. All right. So let's wrap it up. Studio on Canvas. You can use it to create an interactive video announcement, a course tour, specific things that have to do with a certain assignment. You can ask your class to use Studio to do their own introductions in a discussion board. You can mirror the YouTube videos, and which strips out the suggested videos on one side and the ad tracking and all the clutter that's all over it. You can use them for training videos, demonstrations, voiceover presentations. So for example, if you have a PowerPoint, you would play the PowerPoint, record the screen and talk over it, and advance your PowerPoint just like you would be doing. And that would make, instead of having a PowerPoint with a bunch as a file, it will be a video that doesn't just have the PowerPoint, it also has your information and your voice on it. And then you can also provide video feedback to students in the SpeedGrader. It isn't using Studio, but there is a video option for you to record feedback for students when you're grading. And then of course, the bonus thing is quizzing. All right, so I thought I saw a couple questions. I know one of which is, where's the recording going to be? So I'm going to go over that right now. So you're going to go to the main Germanna page, and you're going to scroll down just a little bit till you get to academics, and then you're going to click on distance learning. Once that page opens, over here on the right, you're looking for the faculty resources. So Innovative Instruction and Technology Faculty Resources, so you can click on that. And this is where we are going to put the recordings and the slide deck. All right, so with that, I'd like to tell everyone thank you for coming. And here's our team. We have a new member, Alan. So it's myself, Forrest, and Alan, and we look forward to seeing you again. And again, this presentation will be available on the IIT website. So I hope everybody has a great afternoon and see you all soon.
Paige, I did get one very specific question, and unfortunately,